So over the year 2023, I tried out, as you guys know, I like to sample, and especially when it comes to niche and discontinued fragrances. A lot of my subscribers, Mo, Hamzat, Newt, D. Holmes, Eddie, they send me decants, and I've been trying out a lot. Well, I put together a list of like top 10 fragrances that I wanted to pick up this year, especially early this year. I already picked up a few: Virgin Island Water, Wulong Cha, Apple Brandy on the Rocks, but I now want to go through and tell you guys 8 other fragrances that I'm going to be picking up based on the fact that I tested them and that I need a bottle immediately. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We have 8 of them. So without further ado, I just showed you 10, 8. So that was 9. Without further ado, let's get it. Alright, my great smelling dudes, welcome back to my channel. My name is Randy, aka Fragrance Dude. Thank you guys so much for joining me for yet another fragrance video, where I'm going to be talking about some fragrances that I tried throughout the year of 2023 that were sent to me by various sources, whether it was from actual buying the decants or from, again, many of my moderators, subscribers, stuff like that. Before we get into the video, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe if you like my content. Comment below, let me know some fragrances that you tried out last year that you're going to be buying. Basically the ones that are on your top hit list. That's what this is basically. It's my fragrances that I write down on a list that I know I want to buy. Any ones that really spark joy for me, I write them down and then I buy them when they're on a good sale. I always wait for a good sale. It's the best way to do it. One that I didn't bring a decant out of, so technically it's going to be 9 fragrances that I have to pick up. It's the number one thing that's on my list, and the decant's gone now because I ran out of it. It's Initio's Side Effect. I actually had it in my cart to buy it, and I bought Apple Brandy on the Rocks at that point in time because it was on a better sale. But that one I'm definitely picking up. It's my favorite Initio. It has a little bit of a depth. It has a little bit of sweetness, some spice, well, a lot of sweetness, and then it has this nice boozy tone. It's an amber boozy fragrance that has a little bit of a sweetness, a little bit of spice, a little bit of fruits. Really good, well-blended fragrance that's super mass appealing for the fall and winter. I just might not pick that up until, because once I get back from vacation, it's almost going to be spring, so I might not pick that up until fall. So I'm debating on that, but you also can find really good prices for that during warmer weather because it's not selling as well at that point in time. Going to the next one, I just got this in. I have most of the line. The only one I didn't have was leather, and only because I had a decant and I didn't like it. But I never tried this one. Eddie sent it to me, and as soon as I got it in, I'm like, that's my favorite fresh one in the line, and it's also either my favorite one in the line or second favorite one in the line. It is Emporio Armani Stronger With You Freeze. Stronger With You Freeze. You can still find it on eBay. It's discontinued now. You can still find it on eBay for like 70, 80 bucks. It's actually the furthest from that line. It's like a fresher aromatic version of the line with a little bit more of a freshness than the original. It's kind of like if you took the original, had that chestnut, dialed it down a bit, and added in this citrus tone. It is a very beautiful fragrance, and I'm really glad that I was able to try it out. I'm buying it almost ASAP because it is that good. If you haven't tried it out, I definitely recommend it. I've been putting it off for years. It's just, I just didn't know how much I was going to love a fresh version of the line. I kind of wish I would have tested it in stores, but since they didn't have it in stores in my area, couldn't really do that. So that is Stronger With You Freeze. The next one on my list, so actually there was 8, because this one was actually from my next video and I put it in the wrong spot. It's called Sunset Swim. It's an afternoon swim cologne. But anyway, there's 2 from this line, so I'll do them back to back. This is Azzaro's Ginger Lover, also discontinued. Azzaro's Ginger Lover, if you liked fragrances like YSL's L'Homme Ultime, that ginger, that's what this is. This is kind of like 90% L'Homme Ultime with its own little Azzaro Pour Homme twist. It's really what, if you've ever tried Azzaro Pour Homme, the original to this line, it's basically just like 15% of that underneath YSL L'Homme Ultime. It's a super effervescent ginger. The fragrance is amazing. I actually just got this one in. I tried it out twice, and I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing that. I'm buying that. And you can actually find it for a pretty decent price. Speaking of that line, this is another one. I also wanted to try the red pepper one, but the other one that I heard was really good, which I am buying, and I'm buying it off of Jeff from SoCal Scents. It is Azzaro's Wild Mint. This is beautiful. So I really like mint scents, and this one is kind of like a fresh fragrance that has mint forward, and it also has this calypso note, which comes off almost like a watery, aquatic watermelon. You kind of put that underneath of this fresh kind of aromatic mintiness, and Azzaro's Wild Mint, still with that pour homme DNA. Both of them have that. Almost this entire line, from what I'm seeing, has that pour homme DNA underneath it. But Azzaro's Wild Mint, these are amazing. Both of them are amazing. I can't wait to get the bottles. But I'm buying that one. Jeff had a full bottle, and he's selling it to me. So very excited to try that one out. The next one, and this one is this was the number 2 on my list, but it's number 1 fresh. It is Isola Blue by Roja Dove, which used to be Oligarch Eau de Parfum. Man, is this fragrance good. It is fresh, clean, lime, kind of like citrus beachiness. It reminds me of literally just sitting on a beach, eating a lime with a little bit of a citrus aromatic, almost coconut undertone. It is fantastic. This stuff is beautiful beyond beautiful. It is high quality, luxury, elegant. It is just a beautiful, and I've been a huge sucker for lime since basically I started into fragrances. It's one of my favorite notes. So Isola Blue, I can tell you, there's a reason why people hype that fragrance out of control, because it's worth being hyped out of control. Now into my last 3. So this one I just got in again from Jeff from SoCal Scents. And it kind of almost makes me, if it wasn't for the amber and ingenious ginger that makes it better for the cooler weather, I would have felt bad about that purchase, because this is 10 times better in every other category. It's Suspiro Vibrato. It's basically like if you poured ginger ale on top of another ginger ale and on top of lemon, bergamot, whatever it might be. There's just like a little bit of a citrus mixture with a huge amount of ginger fizziness. It legit smells like a ginger ale poured on top of citruses. It's fresher than Ingenious Ginger. It's smoother than Ingenious Ginger. It's basically Ingenious Ginger for the spring and summer. But Ingenious Ginger has this warmth and this ambery tone that Suspiro doesn't have. And so it makes that one better for the really cold days. But Suspiro Vibrato, I can tell you, if you like ginger, this is probably the best ginger fragrance that I've ever tried. And so, yeah, Isola Blue, Suspiro Vibrato, Azzaro's Wild Mint, Azzaro's Ginger Lover, Armani Stronger With You Freeze, Initio Side Effect, all of those are great. And then we move into these last 2, which I mentioned that Azzaro's Ginger Lover reminds me of L'Homme Ultime by YSL. Well, I also don't have a bottle of that because it's discontinued. But I have 2 decants. One that was sent to me a long time ago that I just found. And it's, as you can tell, it's pretty much empty. And then Eddie just restocked me until I buy a bottle. So thank you to Eddie. I really appreciate it, because I forgot that somebody actually sent this to me a while ago. I think it was Mo. But L'Homme Ultime is by far, and I mean by far, the best L'Homme, LNDL, any one of those lines. You pick and choose. L'Homme Ultime is by far the best one from either of those lines. It has that ginger that you know from the L'Homme line, but it's just the best one. It's like, I don't know what they were doing with all the other ones. While they do have some good ones in that line, L'Homme Ultime is just, it's fresh, it's zingy. It has a little bit of a warm and spiciness to it, but it is exactly what you would expect from a niche ginger fragrance like Suspiro Vibrato, just with the L'Homme DNA. It's so good, and I'm buying a bottle. I don't care how much it is. I already said, I told all my moderators, I said, as soon as I get back from vacation, L'Homme Ultime, I'm going on eBay, I'm typing it in, and I'm blind buying it. I don't care, like, as far as, like, the price. I'm just pressing on whatever the first one is. I'm buying it because I love that fragrance, because I know it's probably going to be like 140, 150. I don't care. I'm buying it. And then this last one, quite interesting, because when I first smelled it, it smelled like dog poop, but it's only because if you spray it on a tester, it does not smell good. This one you have to spray on skin to test. It is Penhaligon's Halfeti Cedar. So I have bought a few of the fragrances that were already on the top of my list. Again, Killian's Happy Brandy on the Rocks, Virgin Island Water by Creed, Nishane's Wulong Cha. I bought all of those within the last month. Also, Grand Soir by MFK. But this one has just recently got on the list. It is Halfeti Cedar by Penhaligons. And man, if you like cedar, this fragrance is everything mass appealing, but also it has this nice dark and dense woods, so you do get that. The niche snobs out there are going to get their balls tickled by this, while the people out there who like the mass appeal are also going to get their balls tickled. So it's going to be super good for both groups. Again, it has that mass appeal, but also the personal enjoyment. It's woody but fresh. It also has a little bit of cleanness. It has a little bit of everything going on. That is my last one. But yeah, those are some of the ones that I'm definitely picking up. I know I'm missing a few, but with that said, it doesn't really matter, because those are the ones that are the big ones on my list right now. I still have a few that I want to try from Creed, and I know I want to pick up PDM's Haltane and the new Perseus that's coming out, but those are not from 2023 as far as when I tried them. But all of these, yes, I tried them out, and now I'm going to buy them. So let me know some of the ones that you are going to try, that ones that you bought that you want to, Jesus. Tell me some of the ones that you tried that you want to buy. And again, I'll be back with another one. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace out.